That. Hello. 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 mm. Okay, I hit go live. Hello everyone, it's been like a week. Oh my god. I've been busy with Christmas stuff, New Year's stuff. Hi auxiliary character. Oh my god. Yeah, it's been feeling kind of quiet. I imagine most of the Flavor members are spending time with family and friends and all that, myself included. So yeah, this is just gonna be looking back on things. I've been like thinking about things, and I don't know. I just had like a bunch of thoughts on my mind about how I've been doing, how I want to be going in the future with this. Should I try one of those VTuber intro things? Hello everyone. Hello everyone. One. It's Flavor's Neapolitan dog boy, Neopolino. Good to see everyone again. I guess the For You is recommending the debut. I think I'm gonna go in chronological order. Technically there's like a the voice post I did before any of this, but we'll just go in chronological order. The test stream totally not a debut stream. Man, I can't not look at the numbers. YouTube just makes it so in your face. It shows you the numbers. And I guess that's also been on my mind on like I don't know what I should be doing, how I should be doing things. So I started with the test stream. Here, I'll turn on my desktop audio. Oh god.
Hello?
It's the lowly voice.
Hello? Hi. Okay, yeah, this is my.
Suppose I should.
This is my normal voice. Hi.
Scale
Hi, everyone.
this.
Hey.
Heyo.
It's nice to meet you all.
Hello, Derek Leto.
If you
Also,
came
do
here, thank you
Mattias.
for coming. I didn't really advertise this stream in any of the usual places. I just posted on my Twitter. Oh, thank you. So yeah.
I named the save file Anon. This is my old save file. Oh man, this is so surreal. I know VTubers like do this look back on your old your debut stream or whatever like a year in the future, and here I am doing it just a month after. Well, so yeah, I didn't really advertise this anywhere. But I think someone did advertise this on the funny the funny image board, the Mongolian basket weaving forum.
I'm not sure how much like time out.
Honestly, at first I was kind of amazed that people wanted to watch me at all in the first place. Yeah, I don't know. There's been drama. I don't know how like meaningful any of it was. I've kind of just been ignoring it. I feel like that's the best thing to do because most of it doesn't really matter at all. And people concerned about I don't know, Bobby Niku's taking over the female models, so I did want to like pick up a male model in the first place, going into this. But I also wanted to like do the funny voice things, so I felt like the femboy model fit me well. I've kind of been avoiding using that word in general in my streams, the femboy word. But I mean, given the character design, it's kind of impossible to ignore it. Oh yeah, also I changed the collar a bit. I changed the metal buckle things to be more pinkish. they're less it's less standing out in a weird looking way. Yeah, femboy word. Oh yeah, I don't have any background music on right now. Yeah, you can train an AI on my voice here right now. But the femboy word. I don't know, kind of breaking kayfabe here. Kind of breaking your immersion here if I talk about this, but I've kind of noticed just like seeing clips of femboy VTubers and stuff show up on my YouTube, that a lot of femboy VTubers like are actually femboys in real life, which would make sense. Training data, woo! Here you go. Here's your perfectly clean audio of just my voice. Yeah, I would know. I happen to have some experience. My immersion! Oh no! Bruh. Hello, yeah. But yeah, like, there are a lot of femboy VTubers who show up in my YouTube feed, and they're like actually femboys in real life. Which would make sense, you know. Versus okay, on the one hand, I don't really want to label myself, but on the other hand, I'm like pretty much not a femboy in real life. Hot. Yeah. Kind of. Anyway. Like, part of me notices that I'm like, it's over femboy bros. I'm sorry. It's okay. You can imagine me in your head however you want. You can make your own fake Neopolino in your head, who is actually a femboy in real life. But yeah, I wouldn't really use that word to describe me. In the first place, I don't really like, I guess, thinking about labels, but it's kind of just the way it is that you know, I'm not really doing any stuff like that. I'm also a bear looking daddy IRL who LARPs as a Shota. Yeah. Speaking of words, LARPing. I know Brolimes called himself like a LARPer, like someone LARPing as a VTuber a few times, and that reminded me, I think I might have mentioned this on stream once before, the one clip of like, was it Pippa is like teasing Sakuna about kayfabe, and she's like, well, actually, we're all aliens from Phase World, so you know, you have met aliens. And then Sakuna's like, I see you guys as LARPers. And it got me thinking that, you know, at the end of the day, isn't being a VTuber just LARPing? So like, you're LARPing as the character. And that's basically what being a VTuber is. So if you're LARPing as a VTuber, aren't you just a VTuber at that point? True, but LARPing is fun. Yeah. Yeah, not really. I don't know, I've done sometimes a line of blurred. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't done a ton of roleplay. I've been doing a D&D game that's just about to finish up with my friend group, Magic Missile. Yeah, but that one was sort of, we're all kind of new to D&D, and it was kind of an introduction sort of D&D campaign, and there wasn't a ton of roleplay elements. It's mostly combat. But anyway, I did make a character for that, and it was a femboy bard. Yeah. Where is it going with this tangent? Let's see, femboys, identity, or like identifying with labels. Something that I'm not really doing, but also I'm kind of like default on things. yeah, I don't know. Like, if you obsess over the label, if you try to fit yourself to the label, I think that's unhealthy, right? If you're just using it to describe how you already are, then, you know, that makes a bit more sense to me. Yeah. What else do I have to say about this tangent? Slay the Spire. Slay the Spire.
Before Wednesday to get things ready for like a debut, so it might not be. I feel like we'll have.
Let's talk about. What do you say? Oh yeah. I was planning to do it like. I was planning to have a debut stream like right after this, but you know, the weekdays came. I have work and all that. I am doing this sort of as a hobby, and I've been kind of sort of pacing things as a hobby. Kayfabe is flexible. It depends on how far you take it, but you can mold it to your liking. Yeah. I can see that. Like, there's some VTubers who like take the kayfabe pretty seriously with the type of content they're doing and the type of fans they're looking to attract. And then there's the ones that, you know, are constantly just joking about, oh, my immersion, oh, you guys don't think I'm actually a femboy dog boy in real life or whatever. And I don't know, I feel like I've leaned, well, I think it's really interesting when VTubers like play sort of both sides of it. I'm thinking about my Oshi Veotani right now, my retired Oshi. And how she was like, I don't know, her like lore and kayfabe kind of like fit in with her just like being a normal person, except digital on the internet. But also like she didn't stick too heavily like on streams to like you know, she'd like talk about real life stuff and then, you know, occasionally make a reference, oh, back when I was a human or whatever. And it was kind of fun now that I think about it. I know I think I mentioned during the debut stream that I didn't like take that the kayfabe part of VTubing wasn't like the thing that mainly interests me, but it's definitely been there all this time. I might have just not been noticing it. Yeah. It's very much like wrestling, which is where it came from. E.g., Hulk Hogan is not Hulk Hogan, but there's crossover. Yeah, I've seen. Was it Super Eye Patch Wolf? Has like a few videos on wrestling, and I'm not sure who, but like there's definitely people who have like made the direct VTubing equals wrestling reference before, and yeah, I found that really interesting. I was never really into wrestling, but yeah, it's interesting to me. What else? Slay the Spire. I picked Slay the Spire kind of because I watch a lot of Slay the Spire streamers, and I've noticed it's a pretty good game to just narrate your thoughts, and I was kind of like unsure like whether I'd be able to hold a conversation about random stuff. So it would be nice if I could just always have a thing to go back to, like you know, chat's slow, chat's dead, whatever. You know, literal 0 viewers or whatever. I can just, you know, narrate my thoughts in the game. I'm gonna make this decision, and on the one hand, yes, it's good because of that. Like I can fill the dead air just by narrating, well, I think this option's good, but this option has this thing, I think I'm gonna go with this, but at the same time it doesn't like leave much room for tangents unless you like make that space yourself, which, you know, is kind of good for you know, someone just getting into this like me. And it's also a game I like and watch a lot of streamers play. And also like fall asleep too. I like put on streams and I guess not in the background. I don't like listen to Slay the Spire in the background just because I like actually watching the game and seeing what the card choices they make. But I'll often like use it to fall asleep. I'll be watching on my phone in bed. They get to the end of Act 1, they pick their boss relic, and then I'm like, oh, I'm about to fall asleep. Oh, this is a good stopping point, and then I just put the phone down. Either that, or I'm listening to some wholesome ASMR to fall asleep to. Usually VTuber ASMR. I feel like there's a lot of skill involved in that people maybe don't notice, or that I wouldn't know about, or maybe, I don't know. Like, I've seen VTubers who are like, their one thing is ASMR. They do ASMR like they've been doing it for years, and it shows in how like professionally they're able to do it, versus, you know, me buying an ASMR mic for the first time or whatever, or some other VTuber, you know, buying an ASMR mic for the first time, doing like a funny chatting streams except with an ASMR mic or whatever, or doing like scuffed ASMR. And, you know, that's kind of appealing too. But like in terms of specifically content to fall asleep or to not fall asleep to listen to, yeah, it does. It takes skill. And that's something I kind of admire. Well, I admire any forms of developed skill, I think. Man, it's just so cool when people are like have their niche skill things, whatever, that you like you'd never think of, you never like notice, but then they're like they've been doing it for a long time, they're really good at it or whatever, and there's just all this depth, all these intricacies to the thing that you wouldn't have noticed otherwise. That you wouldn't have noticed otherwise. Like that one Prosody sketch about before and after you find a subreddit for a hobby. He's like, oh yeah, water. Oh, actually, you know, there's a tall glasses and there's short glasses. You know, I call them tallies and shorties. You really want filtered water, not bottled water. Yeah. What else was I gonna talk about? Oh, yeah, scheduling. I wanted to do a DB stream. I kind of overestimated like the amount of stuff I'd be able to do. And I wanted to like, you know, make a cover, prepare some slides, do a debut. But then I was like, I want to do karaoke too. And I also need time to work on the cover, so I delayed it to like the weekend after. And I'm also trying to, you know, keep my sanity while keeping my day job. So, you know, the scheduling's I've been trying to keep to like at least a stream a week, and I guess this stream was also the result of that, because it's been exactly a week from that last ERG stream. Rambling, tangents. I love when VTubers go on tangents. I don't know. Although I don't know like what makes a good, interesting tangent. Like, I don't know, is it just like how passionate the person is? Is it how well they can communicate like what they're doing, what they're thinking? Yeah. I don't know, it's definitely like a skill. Tangent juice good. Passion. Bro Lime! Hi, Bro Lime. Oh my god. Now I feel I feel uncomfortable. Not because of you doing anything wrong or anything. It's because I'm kind of a fan. I'm kind of a fan of some fan. Here, I mentioned you in the debut slides. Oh, there you are.
Just hit go live. Just
fuck it, we ball. Just hit go live.
Proline was a huge inspiration for me.
What the fuck? I'm just some fan. Yeah.
And for Rate Me.
And then Rate Me. Yeah. Hell yeah, go lie. Yeah, I think part of this was I think before I sort of got into Flavor and found your streams specifically, I was sort of under the impression that like the primary appeal of VTubing is cute girls doing X, cute girls doing Y, whatever, cute girls who are into whatever they're doing being a little neurodivergent. And I don't know, I just really like your content. I found it really, really interesting, and it kind of changed my perspective on like male VTubers being entertaining. And yeah, I don't know, I'd wanted to do VTubing before finding Flavor and all that. When I was watching Viatani. Damn, what the fuck? But yeah, I don't know. I had that like male VTuber. Who's gonna want to watch a male VTuber cringe? I had that in the back of my mind, and then I found you. So, thanks for being entertaining, making good content. Skull emoji. Raimi. Gush about him so he learns people think he's okay. I'm gonna gush. I'm gushing about some fan. I'm some fan gushing about some fan. So fucking interesting. It's so fucking weird. Oh wait, I was looking at the skull emoji in the video, not in the chat. Oh, Jun was there. Yeah, numbers. YouTube won't let me not see the numbers. It's fine. Yeah, I don't know. Re going over this slide. I found VTubers in 2017. Fruki's Nai. I think she just popped in my recommendeds or something, and I watched a bit of her. What's this notification? New subscriber. Numbers. But yeah, I found Kizuna Ai back in 2017, and yeah, you know, the OG VTuber. But also like, that wasn't when I like really got into VTubers, because I watched some of her videos. I thought it was interesting, and I just she was sort of like just another VTuber to me, or YouTuber to me. Not that there's anything wrong with that type of content or anything. This is the early days when like videos were the main VTuber content instead of streams. But then, you know, 2020, people start making translated clips of Hololive, and I guess I'd been kind of separated from the VTuber boom in Japan, which definitely was happening around that. KK konbanwa, Neo-san, how are you? I'm good. I remember the back and forth for her and PewDiePie. Oh yeah, that was a thing. Hello, Yozakura. Yeah, there was definitely, you know, VTuber stuff happening in that area, but I was kind of just disconnected from it, I guess. I don't know. I think I feel like I knew about some of the big VTubers of that time, like was it Mirai Akari, that one Nojadori, like the Bobby Niku guy. I'm gonna be a popular VTuber one day. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so too for all of us. Anyway, 2020 comes around, and translated clips of Hololive start going viral, and there was this one clip of Matsuri gushing over Hoshikawa Sada, and I think that clip has gone to the void now, but it was a clip from like a Twitcasting thing. The Four Heavenly Kings era was a lot more centralized for sure. Yeah, it's really interesting how much it's changed, how much VTubing has evolved, and also how fucking long it's been. My god, from 2017 2023, I've been in the Hololive rabbit hole basically for 3 years. I watched Vtani for a whole year and a half. Talked about the girl voice stuff a bit. Yeah, actually, I think I rambled like for way longer than I was expecting in this intro stream. But yeah, there's just a lot I guess I had to talk about just because I've been a fan of VTubers for this freaking long. And, you know, I like VTubers. Pippa was so genuine. Yeah, Pippa's great. And funny and entertaining and interesting. Not afraid to call out people, and just, you know, be herself, speak her mind. Then I found Flavor. Pippa's the Jerry Springer of VTubers. Yeah, finding Flavor. Oh god, both. I mentioned both Brolime and Rami in this stream, and then now they're in my chat. Her genuineness is my favorite aspect too. Yeah. Ah, man. She's so good. And now she's the 4 of you. She doesn't do the secret karaoke. Sorry, I lurk. Thank you for lurking. Actually, yeah, I've been thanking lurkers a lot in my past streams. But yeah, I understand. Me too. I got outed as a lurker when one time I got the gift membership on your Minecraft stream. Quick mention Garguba. She's cool. I like her voice. She is really funny. And she has a nice voice. And yeah, there are definitely reasons that she's like at the top of English VTubers. What else was in this? Singers? Oh right, Mafu Mafu, Wolfus Carter. Yeah. Man. I want to do more like singing practice streams where I find it really useful to like try and imitate singers who are better than you and that you want to like learn from. So I want to do more like singing practice streams like that one I did before the karaoke stream. But we'll see how this goes. Actually, yeah, time. I've been like realizing more and more as this goes on. Like, I only have so much time. Like, I have IRL stuff, and then I need to take a break to decompress because I'm not at full energy. I don't want to be like doing a stream when I'm not at full energy. And then that leaves me with just, well, pretty much today, right now, to be streaming. And well, part of it, you know, I definitely could like stream more, but I want this to be sustainable. I don't want to burn myself out. I've been at that point before. It's tough to stream consistently with obligations. Yeah. I'm not even. I'm taking time off from work right now for the holidays, but I've just been doing IRL stuff with friends and family and all that, and it's also been like, you know, taking up my time, taking up my energy, which, you know, isn't a bad thing. Don't burn out. Gotta pace yourself. Yeah. Because I know I've been at the lower points when I was in school and worrying about internships and worrying about classes and all that, and also just being an anxious, low self-esteem mess with a lot of stuff to work through. And the added stress doesn't really help. I mean, just in theory, you can get more stuff done, but if you're stressed, you know, you might be doing twice as much work for 3 times as much effort, basically, or you might be doing like 1.5 times as much work for 2 times the effort, or whatever. I mean, these are just fake numbers or whatever, but you're more efficient when you're like relaxed and at like 100% mental capacity, mental space, whatever. So you might be doing less work, or you might actually be doing less work overall, but you'll feel a lot better, and then you'll be able to do this for a longer time. And I do want to be doing this for a longer time. So when I have the time, I have the cover song that I wanted to work on. I've been like talking about this for the I think like since either the karaoke or like shortly after the debut stream. And I've pretty much done no work on that because like I can spend time either on that or on something else. I worked on like the Vroid model. I'm working on streams. Thumbnails take a surprising amount of time. Even the shitposty ones. And I just you know, I have a limited amount of time and I have to, you know, make the decision. Thumbnail hate. Time constraints makes things hard, yeah. Yeah, and actually I haven't really been setting any trying to set any hard deadlines. I've been maybe like scheduling streams either a day or like 3 days at most in advance. I guess the debut stream was a bit different. Goals. Actually, yeah, that's like the next part of this presentation. More covers, karaoke, 3D model. Hey, we did one of those. It's just been a month, only a month. Practice Japanese. Does listening to Japanese ASMR VTubers count? This is, yeah, I don't know. I'm at a level where I'm just like at passively learning more Japanese by whenever I stumble across it, whenever I find like VTuber clips or whatever. But I feel like I'm at a point where I'd only feel like I'd want to learn more if like I was in a situation where it would be important for me to speak Japanese. Which, I mean, in the first place, like I'd probably need to make Japanese friends for that to be the case in the first place. So I might be holding myself back in that, but you'll have a finite amount of time on this planet. Have to do things you need to do before you run out. Fuck, man. Oh man. Yeah. It is what it is. It do be like that. I'm saying the meme things. But, you know, there's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can do with the time that you have, and I just wish I had time. Gotta fit some fun wants in there too. Yeah. Part of it, like these are kind of things that like I want to get better at singing.
If my audience is like
right, so
English speaking,
I guess the fun wants are the real needs. Yeah, if you can align your goals with that sort of the fun wants, like I don't know, I guess becoming a VTuber in the first place was sort of like a fun want for me. Like it was something I'd been wanting for a long time, and now here I am LARPing as a VTuber. Ergo being a VTuber. It is really nice when you can align those two things. Like I'm doing this because I want to, because it's something I care about. Instead of like, oh, I'm obligated, or I'm doing this to make a living. Honestly, actually, that is a big part. I wonder how my perspective on this would change if I were to like be aiming to do this as a living or not as just a hobby. I feel like that could take, you know, some of the magic out of it, I guess. Some of the innocence, the purity of it. That's an interesting thing to think about. Wanting to do things versus being obligated to do things. It's one thing I think about with numbers, like if you're a small channel and you're just starting out and numbers hate, the approach and feelings change if it's a hobby versus job. Yeah, actually, I kind of noticed this going into my regular day job, my starting out studying computer science and turning programming into a job. It definitely changed how I look at programming. Number 8. Yeah, and I think part of that is why I haven't really been focusing on programming content. It's not that I hate programming, it's more that like I get my fill from my day job, and I don't feel like if I wanted to do programming content, it would take some effort, right? And I'd have to engage with like programming content probably a bit more deeply than my job, or than just doing my job, which, you know, isn't a bad thing. I think I could, in theory, like sort of refine the passion and the interest in learning more about programming and learning like more I guess esoteric, less practical stuff, or stuff that like maybe I'm not using in my day job but would be good to learn for the future. But yeah, I don't know. I do watch a few, or at least I know of a few programming VTubers, like Cyan Yan and Virtual Harvey. Watch them occasionally. So again, I have limited time, and like if my goal was to like really teach people in a concise, efficient, what the hell is my hand tracking doing? If my goal was to like teach people in a concise, efficient way, and make the best kind of like programming learning content, like that would be pretty difficult versus just casually doing like a learning about brainfuck or something stupid stream. So if I did do programming content, it would probably be something like that, or maybe I'll just play like Shenzhen IO or something. Making a hobby a profession does kind of take a lot of the fun out of it. Yeah, it does. Hand. I should just... Nope, it's still detecting hands where there aren't any. I'll just turn off the hand tracking. Hands! Hands. Off. No hands. No worries seeing me pick up my water bottle or adjust my glasses. Oh, my glasses that they're invisible. Singing, guitar, girl voice. Girl voice, it's something I learned it because I thought it would be a cool skill to learn. And because I thought it would be useful for doing content in the future. And I guess I kind of showed that with the little Christmas GFE ASMR mail tweet. I think there's a big difference between professional maintainable code and shitposty sort of programming language poem code. Yeah, there's stuff like there are those challenges like advent of code. I kind of haven't been doing them. But also like you're writing a script to run it once versus you're, you know, writing a server backend that is going to be maintained for over a decade. And people are going to be working on this for years to come. And your choices are going to impact how they work on it for years to come. So I hope you chose something good, except, you know, maybe you didn't because you didn't know at the time. Yeah, you do the best with your current knowledge, and that's, I don't know, the best you can do. It is what it is. It do be like that. Using true false as array indexes. Oh God. Are there are there languages you can do then? That seems like a JavaScript PHP sort of thing. Hmm.
There's all these little nuances and all these little.
Oh yeah, see? Oh, of course. Who needs a real, true, false? You just have numbers. It's all just numbers, man. Like, dude, it's all just numbers. Don't overcomplicate things.
Little things that native speakers do that.
Japanese, singing, guitar, girl voice. I've been kind of slacking on guitar stuff. I've been playing a guitar occasionally. And my ukulele. Would be nice. It really is all numbers. Numbers. Numbers hate. Except numbers love when they're useful. Oh man. And then was this the last thing I put? Inspire others to make stuff. That's yeah. I think that is something I still. Well, I hope I'd still believe in this because it's been something that I've had in my mind for a long time. I think it was watching Dr. K's guide and listening to a lot of Dr. K's content, Healthy Gamer GG. And he's talking about you need like a, what's the word? A dharma, a duty. Like, you can motivate yourself on just like wanting things or whatever, but that's like fleeting. It's not gonna last. But if you motivate yourself on some sort of like ideal, I guess, something more there's something beautiful about the map, but the analytics can drive you menhera. Yeah, I know. I've been it's been all right. I feel like I've been mostly mentally stable about it, not obsessing over numbers and all that. But yeah, Dr. K talks about having like ideals as opposed to just doing things because, oh, I feel like doing this. I feel like this looks fun. Because if you're doing that, you're doing it based on like your emotions, your whims, and it's fleeting. It'll change, and that's where how you get you're picking up a hobby. You're just like doing it for a few days or whatever, and you get bored or whatever, and then you stop doing it. And that's where I was for a really long time. So I guess the thing I took away from that, or the how I internalized that, was I see all these internet creators doing cool things, and I like that, and I want to make stuff like that, and I want to be in that position. I want to experience it from the other side. I want to be the one inspiring other people, and I want to continue this cycle of, you know, person creates stuff, person gets inspired by seeing that stuff, and then the person who saw this stuff in the first place creates more stuff. I want to contribute to that cycle. I think it's really cool. Hell yeah, keep it up. Thanks. Man. What else was that? I think I talked about like buying stuff. Oh yeah, the mic. Yeah, I bought this mic. I know some people were saying like, oh no, don't like invest stuff into this when you're just getting started and you don't know like whether or not you're gonna stick with it. But this is something that I've had in mind for a really long time. And also, again, my day job. I'm paid fairly. I'm paid decently. The recursion of Oshi's. Oshi. Hell yeah, we can trace the frickin' lineage. Yeah. Artists inspired by other artists. If you would like to use the word art to describe this stuff. Which seems a little pretentious, but you know, it's fine. But yeah, again, I have a job in tech, so I'm doing fine financially. and this is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And yeah, buying the mic, I guess, was just part of doing that. Shure SM58 with the Switch, $10 off on Black Friday. It was like $95. The Switch is pretty useful because I can just mute myself in a call without actually like showing that I'm muted on the thing. And it's also nice to just have a physical button to turn that on and off. Do you like it? Yeah, I like how it sounds. It took me a bit to get used to just the difference between a dynamic mic and a condenser mic. And like placing the mic. Right now I'm using no pop filter, but I'm like speaking into the mic at an angle. And then adjusting my settings in the I use equalizer APO to apply like audio filters, audio plugins to the Windows hardware input directly. Yeah, it sounds nice. Karaoke. Oh god, is it time to to listen back? Is this actually? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is the. Yeah, debut stream, debut karaoke. I find the numbers interesting that the karaoke bot only has 20 views. I only did like a few songs. Oh god, here we go. Abby was there. Oh god, I was worried that it wouldn't sound great. That the lowly voice was gonna be kind of bad, but alright, this is okay. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of losing it here in terms of the lowly sound. Okay, now you can hear the scratchiness. The lowly voice is actually insane. Thank you. See, like you can tell I'm using a lot of air there. It's really breathy, and that's also gonna like wear out your vocal cords faster. But it's kind of necessary if you want that kind of sound. Although you can do it more efficiently. Like you can make it less breathy, but also quieter. Like that kind of. Yeah, it's like the vocal cord compression thing. Like that. But then you do it in that tone of voice. I'm not sure how you. Yeah, this one's going in the voice bag. The me fucking around and trying to explain how I do the voice back. But I do find this stuff really interesting. Because it's like, I don't know, it's still kind of obscure. I think people are becoming more aware of it with how many like trans and femboy creators I just gotta say it. Who are doing this sort of thing with her voice. And not just the male to female voice thing, the other way around too. I found like a few on the Japanese side, few like cis females who have a really good masculine voice. And yeah, it's kind of amazing how much range these people have, and I admire that. I think it's a really cool skill, which is why I wanted to learn it in the first place. What else was there? Here, massive text. Oh, this range specifically is kind of not that great. Because it's like right on my vocal break there. It's pretty breathy. It's like a breathy head voice kind of. Oh my god, how am I really gonna analyze all this? I don't think we have time to analyze all this, or maybe I can briefly go over each of these songs, at least for this one. I know very little about voice control. It goes deep. It's really difficult to like teach and explain. Like, if you're showing guitar technique, you can look at the frickin' guitar. You can look at where the fingers are going. When you're teaching voice technique or talking about voice technique, it's all hidden inside your frickin' throat. You know? Raising the larynx, what the fuck is that? Like, you can look at it from the outside, but it's... it's just so fucking... And... I do see how, like, just blindly trying to imitate a certain sound, like taking your voice from like this to like this is a sort of thing you can do to practice, but it takes a lot of like experimenting, and you might not even know like the muscles there and that they exist in the first place. What I found useful was sort of approaching it from both sides. You know, you develop a sort of guitar's frets and you automatically get the right pitch if you put your finger in the right place. Oh, that too, yeah. Pitch. I mean, I was pretty pitchy in this song. But hey, that's what we have pitch correction software for. Teehee. The music industry's sort of open secret. But yeah, what was I saying? Oh, right, yeah. I like taking sort of... I like sort of approaching learning things from both the learning it on the intellectual level and then learning it on the intuitive level. Because, like, if you're trying to perform, you're trying to, you know, do the thing. You're trying to sing well, right? You can read books and you can watch videos and stuff, and there'll be a variation in like how in depth they go with like the vocal muscles, but typically they're approaching from the outside. It's like they're approaching it from a very vague, proprioceptive, what's the word, feelings based, or like just try to imitate this tone kind of thing. But I found it useful to go more in depth, to read about there are vocal muscles that do this, there are stuff that does this, and then you can learn to control those parts individually. So you start with like an intellectual understanding of, oh, I should do this, this, and this, right? Now, how do I actually do this, this, and this? And that's when you practice. That's what you practice, and having that sort of knowledge base in the first place can make it easier to learn. In particular, there's this one channel, New York Vocal Coaching, that I don't know when I've mentioned before, but like they have a lot of like individual vocal things, tutorials on specific parts of voice. Like, is it How do you lower the larynx? How do you control the larynx? How does that affect the sound, right? Head voice, falsetto, whatever. How to sing head voice. What's the chest voice, head voice, whatever. What's a reinforced falsetto? This looks like a good. It is. It was really useful for me. And so like there's all these little individual components that you can learn to control, and then these like voice impression videos are really good too. They go over like those components. What do you do with your soft palate? What do you do with your larynx? Is it high? Is it low? You know, what are you doing with the vocal cords? Is it compressed? Is it more relaxed? Is it more airy, breathy, whatever? There's a lot. And then there's breath control. Breath control is a whole other thing. I kind of already had prior knowledge going in learning about this stuff with breath control just because I was in choir for so long through middle and high school. But it's one of the important things to learn. And sometimes like there'll be just tiny things that you didn't notice before that you realize makes a big difference. When I was learning to belt, and I guess I haven't really shown off my belt very much in any of the songs I've done. I don't know. I guess I read a bunch of resources on like how to belt. How do you belt? What are you doing with your vocal anatomy? And the one thing that I think I was missing that I didn't realize was super important was you got to open the mouth really wide, and that really has an impact on the tone of the belt. So sometimes it will just be like really tiny things that you didn't notice before, and you just figure it out. But there's so much to learn, and it's difficult. It takes a lot of time and effort to practice to learn all these things, and not only know about them on an intellectual level, but to like ingrain them into it in like an intuitive level, and like be able to control it. Yeah, it goes deep. The rabbit hole goes deep. And not only that, like vocal control in your voice and singing and all that, it's very, very much tied to like where your emotional headspace is in. So you kind of have to do everything, like your diet, your physical wellness, health. It all impacts like your voice and how well you can sing or do voice acting or whatever. Your mental state, just are you able to like fully commit and just go for it and just lose yourself in the character or the song or whatever you're doing. It's so much to think about that you can't think about. It has to be like ingrained into you. It has to be intuitive. And that's it's so much, but it's so rewarding to learn more and feel yourself, like listen to yourself and hear yourself getting better. Method acting to sound menhera. Let's go. Sometimes I wonder if I'm too mentally stable to be a good VTuber. If like all my favorite content creators are like a little menhera at least. But yeah, if you're able to like be entertaining and not like ruin your mental health while doing it, I feel like that's a very strong thing to have. Very, very powerful, very, very helpful, especially for doing it for a long time. Like you hear about a lot of content creators who are like really big, but they've been doing it for years and years. They've been making content like for a decade or more, and they only like just blew up like a year or two ago because they, I don't know, they like figured it out, or they hit something in the algorithm, whatever. mm. Mm. And there's no guarantee, like, if you're just doing it, if you're not like trying to improve. And that is one thing that I've been thinking about lately. Like, sure, I can do like low effort gaming streams, and honestly, with the amount of time that I have, that might be about what I want to do. Although I did spend a bunch of time making this 3D model, so it's not like streaming has been the only thing I've been putting effort into. And also, well, there's a bunch of stuff to set up every time you stream. But like, I've been feeling like I should be thinking about more unique kinds of streams. Like, gaming's fine and all, but like, let's use Brolime, because I've been like, I guess you could say studying his content. Because like, he has his low effort gaming stream. Gotta head out. Have a good stream. Yeah, thanks for coming. Gaming is alright, but personally I feel the best with themed zatsu stuff. Yeah, that. Like, I've noticing you're just doing random gaming streams on Twitch, and then you've been putting your focus zatsu stuff on YouTube. And I think that's like a good way of separating it, so you can still like, do whatever when you're bored and not have to worry about making a thumbnail. And, treat this is like the low effort thing, and this is the more high effort thing. So I've been feeling like I should be, I don't know. I find those planned zatsu things like to be really interesting. Also with like Beatani, when she would do streams like that, talking about like internet lore or whatever, or doing like a Minecraft stream, but like the bit is that she's like doxing her viewers and using a spreadsheet and like making homes of them all in Minecraft. So yeah, I've been thinking about like, maybe I should think more, plan more stuff. Just have more of a plan going in instead of just, streaming. What just gaming, which is fine. Like, you can, I think it's gonna be interesting when you're just gaming, whatever. If you're good at like turning that into a random conversation. But yeah, like when you come to a VTuber, like you come to a VTuber stream, and you're more there for the personality, I'd imagine, than like the game they're playing. Unless they're the kind of VTuber who only plays a single game and is like really good at that one game or whatever. Right? But if you're a variety streamer, like the people who keep coming would be coming for you, as opposed to, I don't know. Maybe I do just watch like more Zatsudan focused VTubers, content creators, whatever. But yeah, numbers. I noticed the Assetto Corsa VOD got a ton of views after like the stream. Like, I feel like people were finding it through searching, and like that's telling me that Assetto Corsa, or like maybe Assetto Corsa is like underserved in the algorithm or something. Or maybe the thumbnail is good because I just stole someone's wallpaper from the website. I don't even know. Or maybe it's the meme tofu car. Yeah, there's a lot I'm thinking about. There's a lot that I still kind of don't know, right? I'm still pretty new at this. It's been a month. Yo, NeoP, I was looking before. I just want to say I like the VTubers who are less Manhera. Good for you. It's actually that's nice to hear. Yeah. Yeah, it's all personal preference, right? It's all vibes based. If you vibe with a streamer, this includes you. If that wasn't clear, well. Thanks. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that I'm like, I don't know, that my my internal image of how Venhera I am is coming across from the outside, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, thanks. So of course, this VOD was actually very interesting. We can take a brief look at the Slay the Spire scuff at the beginning. I was like, the void. We could go to this early shop, or we could go to. I put a freaking timestamp here. Video issues end at 5:30. But yeah, I think I had it as like an OBS window capture instead of game capture, and so it was messing things up. And then also my mic was on the only left side in the beginning. The map marks mod from Baylor. Man, this is high quality. This is crisp. 1440p. Good thing I have fast internet. This Neko Eye deck. I always notice when I'm looking at like Baylor Lord's Slay the Spire VODs, you can kind of tell how powerful the run is going to be based on how quickly, how short the VOD is. Enlightenment Neko Eye, yeah, that was an interesting combo. I feel like it didn't hit that often. Like there was often, it would often roll high, but I mean, I guess that's Neko Eye. Need to. He's already weak. Yeah, it's definitely defend. Why am I analyzing my own gameplay here? Yeah, this deck. We fight. Oh yeah, we got the Mind Bloom event. Did the bit where you could bluff by increasing the length of the VOD by talking about stuff afterwards. Yeah, that might be a more interesting. You know, I like it when streams derail into tangents. Watching Beatani, she would like almost always derail into like tangents for like an hour. Sometimes she'd just forget to play the game. Hey, it's me, Yub. Hi, Yub's Chicken. New name. Nice to see you. Nice to meet you. I guess that's something. Oh yeah, that's another thing I didn't notice. Like as a lurker versus becoming a streamer. Like when you're a lurker and you're just hopping into a stream every now and then. I remember someone bluffed a tournament to make it seem like they lost early by cutting it into parts and going, "Stay tuned for part 2 at the end," and not mention it in the title. Oh yeah, that's that's cool. That's one way of doing it. Yeah, no spoilers. Don't spoil me. But yeah. Yeah, okay, so I lurk a lot and I like watch streamers, you know, semi-casually. I'm like hopping in and out of streams like once at a time. I'm not like watching every VOD unless it was Beatani. Beatani was like the only person that I think I was watching like almost every VOD for. Bruh. But anyway, like as a casual viewer who lurks like me, you're just hopping into a stream like once or twice, and like you don't have the time or the attention. You're not gonna like memorize every person's name in chat. Bro, why is your model a girl? No, it's a femboy. Tee. Oh man, did you find me from the algorithm or something? Or anyway, you're a casual viewer. You're like clicking on a stream. You're like watching for like a few minutes at a time, or like you have it on in the background or something. You aren't going to notice like every chatter's name. But when you're the streamer, you are there for every stream, and you're definitely aware of like the people coming, showing up, returning, and all that. And I guess that's something that I hadn't thought about before this. Hello, the Ran Man. Cat in a box. Yeah. Yeah, if you're lurking, I completely understand. It's me. I'm the lurker usually. That's why I try to thank the lurkers every time. Ah. Then why is this model a frickin' woman? When you get to the point where you recognize your chatters in other people's streams, it's Jover. Were you cheating on me? God. Well, in my case, you know, I was kind of lurking in Raimi's chat for a good few months before before becoming Neopolino. So there were a few names that I look at what I say in Raimi's chat and Discord. So Jover. It's okay, dude. I don't pay that much attention to to what goes on in the Discord. Flavor Discord. Yes. She turned you into a VTuber too? Lol. Yeah. I mentioned her on the debut stream on the slides. But yeah, there's a bunch of VTubers I was inspired by. I just listed those four because those were like the most prominent ones. Beatani, Pippa, Brolime, and Raimi. But yeah, it's not just VTubers. There's a bunch of other content creators I watch. But in terms of like VTubers, yeah, VTubers. Yeah, I watch VTubers. What can I say? I'm a fan of VTubers. Another disciple of the cheesers. Yeah, it's me. I was indoctrinated into the Raimi cult. I would like to thank PewDiePie, Markiplier, the Game Grumps, and T-Series. Markiplier is cool. I've seen like some of his videos. I know PewDiePie has like changed his style a lot since he started, like, and was like really big in the earlier 2010s. Game Grumps, I watched a little bit of them, and then I never really watched T-Series. PewDiePie has a lot of arcs. It's interesting. Are those Eiffel Towers? Or is that Tokyo Tower? Wait. Yeah, it's Tokyo Tower. I think he stopped to raise his kid. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I haven't followed him lately. I thought those were traffic cones at first. Okay. Yeah, we didn't take Madness because Nekoi. PewDiePie did the bridges. Yes. I'm aware. Don't get too rowdy in the chat. Let's go. Yeah, that kills that guy. And then we just take 10 to kill this. Yeah, feed run 146 max HP. That was pretty good. Did I get the feed at the end? I used to play games while watching streams, but I got too addicted to chatting. I can still do low focus games like card games, but I need to chat now. That's cool, yeah. That's interesting. I still kind of listen to streams in the background. Yeah. Logan Paul found a dead body. Yep. I was around on the internet at that time. Yeah, Slay the Spire. I definitely wanted to play the cover. I tried doing a Dota game. It killed me not being able to talk at certain points in stream. Yeah, I don't know. As a longtime lurker and still tend to lurk. Yeah. I feel streams are like radio for me most of the time. Yeah, that's kind of how I deal with it, or how I tend to use streams. I'm chatting occasionally now. Listening to this at work TV. Excuse me. Now, yeah. Yeah, actually, I remember I was working. I think I was working remote at the time. But oh god, I can see the numbers going up in real time. We went to 41 subscribers. Okay, I was listening to Minato Aqua's Apex streams. I was like watching them in the background while I was at work or I was doing schoolwork, or I think both, because I was like an intern at the time. And I think I was watching her when she reached, was it Solo Diamond, or was it, I think it was before the Master Challenge, so it was the Solo Diamond Challenge, and she like reached Diamond while I was working on the thing for either work or for yeah, either work or school or both. Are Nokia's indestructible? They're pretty strong from what I've heard. Anyway, I wanted to go over this set of course. I just wanted to go over there was like a bunch of toge. I got like really distracted with chat and fucking crashed a bunch. There was oh, did I have the view was slightly off? Just wasn't covering the whole screen for a long time. Oh well. Drift. And we got the copyright-free Eurobeat in the background. Toho Eurobeat. Oh, and then I have my whole setup in the description.
I did something that looks like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I don't think I'm definitely not like the best drifter, but I've been doing it for a decent number of hours. Bro found himself. Hey, it's me. It's me. It's me spinning the car around. Oh yeah, you can hear a lot of the wind noise on the mic. Oh yeah, and you can't see the gear shifts because the H shifter thing wasn't working with this little input display called Wheeler. Yeah. There's that, and then it's doing a little driving karaoke while crashing. I was kind of worried that it sounded kind of bad, but it was a good bit. I should do this again sometime. Do, 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 oh shit, it's Raimi Live! With Bro Live? Oh my god. Alright, I guess I know who I'm rating after this, but I do want to keep going for a bit. Hello, Ranman. I get self-conscious when I see myself in someone's chat in a video, lol. Hey, it's you. Look, you're up there. It's okay, we're all being observed. If you are posting in chat, someone is gonna see that. What's up? How's my favorite femboy pop star? Hello, Zosimus Tarkus. Do. Yeah, I'm doing good. Just spin out there. Yeah, just going over all my past VODs, I guess. The important ones to me. The cover. The real folk blues. I am sort of excited. Get perceived, get perceived, get perceived.
愛したと嘆くにはあまりにも時は過ぎてしまったまだ心の誇りを癒さぬまま風が吹いてる
I am kind of curious how my future covers are going to sound on this mic, and also because I got Melodyne. I love the song. I didn't know you sang it, lol. Oh yeah, this is my first cover. I posted it between the first test stream and the debut stream. And I have not posted a cover since. Don't worry, I'll work on it next chance I get, which means eventually. I'm a fake fan, it's John for me. Oh, it's really good, thank you. Always. I'm also a little conscious of Japanese vowel sounds, because that's like the main difference I hear between like native Japanese speakers who are singing Japanese songs and then like Japanese second language English speakers singing Japanese songs like me. Yeah, this was kind of tricky because I was like, oh my god, Cypher's still alive. And yeah, Raimi's live with Prolam. What was I saying? Yeah, this song was kind of tricky because I'll be right back to eat crayons. Okay, have fun. Certain other languages are similar to Japanese, so sometimes you can't tell, like Spanish first language into Japanese. Yeah, the vowel sounds, especially. Yeah. But like, when it's like an English speaker singing Japanese, even if they've spent a bunch of time studying, I feel like I can hear a bit of the accent in my singing. What was I saying? Yeah, this is like, it's kind of tricky for my range. Like, I guess a lot of songs are tricky for my range because it's really more of a skill issue on my part. Fortunately, English is more similar to German, so it's more on that side. Yeah, they're very different, and well, same thing happens the other way. Japanese speakers learning English, like it's very difficult for them to pick up on like the different vowel sounds and stuff. Excuse me. So it's like really impressive or interesting when you have someone who knows both languages to like a native level, or like grew up with both languages, and like Iris from Hololive, you can really tell she has like a Japanese mode and like an English mode. Excuse me, thank you. Really, I thought you did well on that song. It seemed fine to me. Also, it's fine to modify the song based on what you're good at. Yeah, that's true. But I do want to expand my range. I do want to like be able to sing like ridiculous Vocaloid songs in their original key and also have it sound decent. It's just something that I've been I don't know, focused on wanting to do for a long time. Anyway, yeah. This song, I had like another earlier version where I went a bit harder on the high notes. Like with a more how do I describe it? Like less head voicey, more trying to like mix voice belty, but it ended up kind of sounding strained. So I went with a lighter kind of tone, more head voicey tone. Yeah. Anyway, I should get to work on the cover. next time I get a chance. It's just that when I have time, like I feel like I want to stream, and then I what's the word? Like I want to stream, and then I spend some time making a thumbnail, and then I do the thing, and then at that point, like I don't really have time to work on other things. It's unfortunate. So I guess I just need a scheduling issue. It's my fault for not just doing the thing. Yeah, gorilla singing stream, karaoke stream with the scuffed guitar full body tracking. Dirt Rally, Potato. This was fun. I enjoyed this one because it's pretty much a Zatsu game. But then imagine me wearing whatever you like. Teehee. Oh god, this part that got clipped by Squid, who's in chat for this. Yeah, because I'm actually naked. Every time I stream, I'm completely naked. That's the advantage of being a vtuber. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun stream. It's a fun game. It's like I like the more ability to Great Game and Squid was trying to do free therapy. Well, yeah, no, I do just a tad silly. Hi Squishy, I don't think I saw you before. Yeah, hello. Yeah, Satsu game, it was fun. And then what was I gonna say? Played a similar game called Vampire Survivors. It was so fun. Yeah, I played Vampire Survivors first. And you know, it did kind of popularize this sort of thing. Along with like Hollow Cure, yo. But yeah, the therapy, mental health stuff. It's a topic that means a lot to me because, you know, I've spent a lot of time dealing with mental health stuff, and I guess trying to understand myself. And I feel like I've made a lot of progress on that. And I feel like, you know, okay, I was in a place where I was like, this is who I am. This is who I'm going to be permanently. I've been like permanently scarred by these things, but that's really not actually the case. You can change a lot more of your mind than I think that I thought at that time, or that you might think. It's not easy. It takes a lot of effort, but it's possible. I mean, it depends on how severe, like whether or not you should see a mental health professional, because I didn't. I fucking DIY'd it. I looked shit up online, watched a ton of videos, and sort of learned it for myself. But yeah, it's really, Neo has more willpower than Ravi confirmed you can when by yourself. It's difficult because it requires a ton of things. Like everything matters. Every little thing that you're doing, not doing, is adding up. If you're meditating, that helps. If you're exercising, that helps. If you're going outside, getting sunshine, that helps. Is your diet good or not? Are you stressed about some external factor? That was a big part for me because a lot of my anxiety went away once I got a job. Because I was worried for the longest time that I was gonna, you know, never be able to find a job with my highly in-demand comp sci degree. Well, I guess that depends on where you're looking at it from. I did get kind of lucky through getting recommended by a professor. But that was a huge source of anxiety for me, and that went away. And then, you know, people started telling me that, hey, actually, you're doing good work. Keep it up, man. And I think that was enough to help me start to change my perspective on myself and my self-esteem a lot. Yeah. Dirt Rally, love that game. Slay the Spire. I do kind of want to play more Slay the Spire. But it's been, what, an hour 30? Huh. Somehow seems like longer than that. I guess, yeah, I've been talking this whole time. I've never really done like a proper Zatsu Dun stream besides this. The Gorilla Singing stream. Karaoke. That was fun. Also kind of fucked up my voice. I do kind of want to hear how some streams feel longer, some shorter. It's interesting. Yeah. Oh, this VOD actually got blocked in Russia, and it was specifically because of Comsister Todd. So I'll just look out for... Goku in your mind. You can hear the breath of it there. I don't remember if I was using the pop filter here, but yeah, I think ha. I have no idea how this is sounding because I don't have my echo on. But yeah, that is an interesting thing to think about. Oh yeah, I sang this an octave down. Damn it. Was I dragging a bit? This part, this intro into the chorus, I did that down the octave. I'd listened to Otto's Utata Mita album, and the song was on there, and she also did the octave down here at the end. Bro, reacting to VTuber concert. Yeah, my own concert. Teehee. Not a real concert. Well, karaoke stream, whatever. What was I saying? Yeah, like I've listened to a lot of covers of song. I love the song Yoke to Hotaru. And yeah, a lot of people do the down the octave here because it's like the quiet part before the explosion into the chorus, right? And so it helps to do it like a lower, and then you go into the chorus and it's like a big thing. You sure? Yeah, that's like a recording microphone. That's not a... Oh, it's my mouse? Yeah. That's like a recording microphone. That's not like a live dynamic microphone. Teehee. Sounds a little weak and also pitchy. That last part was a bit nice. But like, there's that sort of male head voicey sound that I prefer to be a bit more forward and like clear. It's like the versus sort of sound. We got that $1 mic and got that fake ad background. I don't know, man. That looks like kind of assuming that that's like an actual mic and not just a plastic replica of one. Looks like a kind of expensive mic. And that part's supposed to be more quiet. Anyway, there's a stream where I like went super hard and then fucked up my voice after the song Venom. Where's the audience? You don't need an audience. You just sing in your room to this nebulous entity called chat. I do actually have like an audience asset, but I felt like it would be a little weird to put it, I guess. Oh yeah, and then Venom started right after. Right here, you have to check it. Yeah, me, I'm the audience. Oh my god, I'm like behind on all of those. And I know I set up my mic offset correctly. This song's just super fast. Yeah, I'm not sure I could even cover this without a pitch correction and timing correction. And also a lot more practice. I don't think I'm at a point where I feel like I'd be confident covering it right now. They don't know audience look like a stand-up comedy. Well, you know, there's usually an audience in a stand-up comedy show. What else is there? What is the deal with VTuber food? Shows clips of various VTubers filling simple meals. Hot Jama spider cooking. VTubers vomiting on stream. Oh, like Brolime did recently. Bum, 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 ba, da, na, na, na. Where's a pizza? I'm so behind. It's so difficult. Virtual streamer? More like virtually streaming, am I right? I didn't do the meh. Meh. I told Raimi to keep an eye on Brolime while I was gone, and he vomited as soon as I left. Fail. I actually think I was like lurking on that stream, and then I clicked off like right before he vomited, and I went back to the VOD to watch it. Let's see, how badly did I fuck up my voice here? Yeah, it's a little raspy at this point. I was worried that would sound like completely horrible, but I guess the raspiness isn't that like night and day sort of thing. It's just more of a it's slightly raspier. Not this stream is not perfect. None of these songs have been perfect, but there I go, dissing myself again because I'm too insecure about my singing skills. I'll do one more. Strain is there, but we were attempting his mental to stardom. Chill out, man. I know. I knew going into this that like those sorts of Vocaloid songs are like fucking impossible. That it takes a really insane kind of person to try and do it well. I mean, and also a lot of timing and pitch correction. But yeah, singing high, it's definitely something I want. What's the word that I look up to, that I aspire to do, that I aspire to do. I was thinking of a Japanese word. I was thinking of Akogare. Singing live is the scariest part. It's probably easier to record since you can just try again if you mess up. Yeah, actually, on the one hand, I'm way more familiar with singing live just because I've been in choir. I was in choir for like middle and high school. Versus recording is only something I've done like once or twice or a few times. And there's a bunch to learn, but there is something like really nice to know that you can just retake something at any point, and then if you mess up, you can just do another take. You can do a billion takes. I listened to, was it Jay Schlatt's cover of My Way, and on the video he made like introducing it, he said that he took like hundreds, bajillion takes to get it right. And if you're like starting out and you're not like super well trained, and you're not able to like just do it perfectly on the first one, you have to sort of shoot a bunch of shit on the wall and hope it sticks. Not to diss Jay Schlatt. I really liked his cover of My Way, and I think it shows like the amount of effort he put in. And you know, I'm also an amateur singer. But yeah, being able to just do another take to take as long as you need to get everything perfect is something nice. Something that Wolfus Carter touched upon in his essay that I read, the one in Japanese that I keep talking about. How he likes how as like a solo hobbyist recording at home, he can just like, at least they're getting it right eventually and not using autotune. Well, about that. I think most singers are using pitch correction nowadays. Not specifically autotune, but like more subtler forms. And I think the newer versions of autotune actually have more natural sounding pitch correction that you can use if you're looking for that style. But what was it? Wolfus Carter talked about what? Yeah, sorry to break the illusion. I'm breaking your immersion right now. I'm spilling the secrets about the music industry. Oh, everyone uses pitch correction. Yeah, everyone uses Melodyne. That's pretty much it. It's something that, I don't know, it's sort of an open secret. There's a bunch of YouTube videos talking about pitch correction and Melodyne and how, there's this conception of like, these singers, they don't really know how to sing. They just use autotune, whatever. That's why I hate the music industry. It's cringe. I also mostly listen to instrumental music anyway. Yeah, that's the thing. That and, well, that's autotune. Oh my god, I have to go. Sorry. Sorry, I feel like I just burst your bubble there. But anyway, I actually bought the assistant version of Melodyne, the one with all the features for the single vocal track. There's a Yeti. There's a Yeti. There's a Yeti. But what was I saying? Everyone uses Melodyne. Everyone uses pitch correction and timing correction. Most VTuber covers you're listening to, they're almost certainly using stuff like that. They're getting someone to mix for them. Mira Celeste has done a lot of like talking about mixing stuff, and that includes talking about Melodyne. Audio stuff. Audio nerd. Yeah, I love audio. Fuck. I love thinking about audio equipment and messing around with stuff. But the thing about that stuff, there's still the tone quality of the sound, and you also have to be like close enough to the pitch for it to sound good. So it's not like you can just sing whatever la, 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 and have it sound good. Like, you still need to be a good singer to sound good, even with pitch correction. It just helps. It just, makes it that little bit more polished and perfect. What what was I was talking about Whoopus Carter for some. Oh yeah, I was talking about how recording at home versus recording in a studio. He touches on it in the book, the essay that he wrote. But like, it's nice because you can just re-record whenever you want and do that, versus if you're in a studio and you're like someone's waiting on you, you're wasting someone's time if you're not doing it, if you're not getting it. And it's especially hard when you're doing ridiculous shit at the very top of your vocal range like he does, and like how I want to do. Ah, man. An hour 49. All right. Yeah. There's that. Karaoke. DRG. Yeah, there's like really few live viewers on this. I think everyone was in like Ramie's Discord at the time, and now here I am overlapping Ramie and Broline. I'll raid into them after if they're still alive. I assume they're still alive. They started like an hour after me. Although I have to use the bathroom. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna take a little idle meeting. Teehee. BRB. Text. BRB. Hello. I watch Ramie and Broline all the time. It's okay. I like watching you. Thanks. I'm glad to hear that. Deku's the most racist anime character. Look it up. I'm not gonna ask. Yeah, Deep Rock. I love this game. I spent a bajillion hours on it. I mean 600 hours. Well, that's kind of... I don't know. I felt kind of low energy and kind of distracted with that stream. That's fine. DRG's fun. It's a good game. I enjoy it. I was about to wrap up, but I could keep ranting about Melodyne. Or not really ranting, rambling about Melodyne. It's very commonly used, but it doesn't like automatically make you a good singer. Like, you still need to sound good for it to like do something. It just helps a bit, specifically with pitch and timing, because there are a lot of aspects to singing outside of pitch and timing. And they don't have to be perfect for your singing to sound good. Because your tone matters a lot. So there is still a lot that matters for that. Adam Neely, I think, had a good video on Melodyne. Actually, a few of these. There's this, fixing Led Zeppelin auto-tune. Oh yeah, Tom Scott, this one. Can auto-tune make a good singer? This was interesting. He talks about like pitch correction there. And if I remember correctly, I think that one demonstrates that, like, you know, you're an amateur singer, you're still gonna, or sorry, I shouldn't be dissing amateur singers like this when I'm also an amateur singer. I look up to a lot of like hobbyists. But anyway, if you don't have a ton of singing proficiency, if you haven't spent a ton of time like learning how to sing well, or if you don't know how to sing well and you use autotune to fix it, it's only fixing the timing and the pitch, and it's not gonna completely change the way you sound, right? There's still like aspects of the voice, there's qualities of the voice, there's things that matter besides just pitch and timing. Those are just the basics. It's fun. How you use the voice, how you're expressing yourself, how you're like emotionally connecting with the song and conveying that emotion in your voice, varying the style of your voice as appropriately in the song. There's vibrato, although that can be fake now with pitch correction. But yeah, there's a lot. It takes a lot, that's why I'll never sing. I don't want to like discourage people from something by just pointing out how much like depth and complexity there is to it. But it is true. There's not live, at least. Lol. Yeah. Yeah. It takes a lot. Like it. Okay. It depends on what your goals are. If you are like genuinely want to compete with like professional musicians who have been doing this for years and years, it's going to be pretty freaking difficult. But if you just want to, I'm on VC, I'll sing you right now. This is really just if you just want to have fun with your voice, explore your voice, and maybe make some funny sounds. Like, you don't have to be a good singer to enjoy singing. You can go to karaoke with your friends. You can fuck around and just, you know, sing and not be perfect. I'm not perfect. I listened back to we listened back to these karaoke mods, and all right, I can kind of recognize that like I'm not at like a beginner terrible level or anything, but I'm not perfect. Like I definitely could be better. My sound could be more focused. I could be, you know, doing better than that. YouTube showing me the numbers again. But you don't have to be perfect. In fact, if your goal is to be perfect, you'll be holding yourself back. I had to deal with perfectionism for a very long time, just from my childhood, from my upbringing, I guess, and that held me back in learning new things, because I would get frustrated when I wasn't immediately perfect at the things, because my expectations would be way too high. You need that beginner's mindset, and you need to hold on to that beginner's mindset, the mindset of like, oh wow, I'm learning all this new stuff and I'm making a lot of progress, and that's cool. Like, what's the word? How do I describe it? You need a sort of innocence going about it. If your expectations are I'm going to be the best singer ever. Oh, I'm going to be better than all these professional singers who've been doing it for years and years. You're probably not going to reach that goal immediately. At least not immediately. It's going to take a lot of effort to get there. And if you're like constantly and neurotically obsessing over it and comparing yourself and getting your ego involved, that's the big thing. You can learn from singers who are better than you. Like really, it's a really useful thing to do, to like just try to imitate singers who are better than you. Just have an achievable goal like getting an upvote from the OP. Yeah, man. I'd love to listen to whatever you're working on. What was I saying? If you are obsessing over reaching this unachievable goal in your head, and think again, let me try turning on the hand tracking again. If you're obsessing over like reaching this unachievable goal in your head, and you're attaching your ego to it, and you're attaching your self-worth to it, that's not going to end well. You're going to be disappointed. You're going to it's going to hold you back. So I guess this all comes down to like detachment and letting go and just being fine with where you are for what it is. Right? Step 1, assume your shit. Step 2, gradually get good. Step 3, profit. Sure. Yeah. Nah, it's I don't want to be like super harsh and like reality check, you fucking suck at singing, here's how to be the best singer ever. Clickbait title, whatever kind of thing. What I want to say is, this goes for like learning any new skill to a high degree. If you're attaching your ego and your self-worth to it, your expectations are probably going to be higher than what your abilities are going to be, and you're going to be disappointed, and you're going to feel discouraged and less motivated to do more, right? So it's going to hold you back if you're looking at it that way. If you come from it from like an innocent beginner's mindset of like, oh, I'm just going to see how far I can get, how good I can get at this, and I'm just going to keep learning because I find the thing really interesting, and I don't need to be the best. I don't need to be good at everything immediately. Your goal should be to be better than someone who doesn't practice at all. That's all you need, really. Yeah, in some ways. If you when you're beginning, like, yeah, you should probably set your goals to like something achievable, right? And then once you achieve that goal, then you can think about more goals. But the way I like to think about it is, you know, shoot for the moon. Set your goal really far, but don't attach all your hopes and expectations and your self-worth to it, right? You can have a very long-term goal, but it depends on whether or not you're being... what's the word? It depends on whether or not that goal is pushing you forward more, or you're being held back because you're constantly comparing yourself. Oh, I'm not there yet. I'm not good enough yet. And you're feeling discouraged from it. Right? Like in games, if you get gold or platinum, you're already better than normies. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't into competitive games for a while. But that's something I feel like I realized with Ozu. There's always going to be someone better than you, right? If you're not the number 1 ranked player in the world, there's always going to be someone better than you at the game you're playing, right? So, you know, you can't expect to be there. You just gotta do the best you can. That feels a little like a platitude and not very meaningful. You just gotta. You have to detach from like an expectation of being at a certain level. If your expectations are, I'm better than that, I should be better than I am currently, right? If you're constantly thinking that, like I found that really detrimental to me. It kind of got in the way, right? If you can go in with like a blank mindset, like I'm just gonna keep learning and keep getting better, and I'm gonna see how far I can go with this, and maybe someday I can be at the top of such and such thing. Then that's a more I hesitate to say this is the optimal mindset that you should have, because there's a lot of ways to go about it, right? I think the main thing is don't obsess over, oh, I need to be better. Oh, I need to be better than where I am right now. Oh, because if you care too much about it, if you are too attached to that, it's going to hold you back. I find having a vision of what I want to do helps motivate me. Yeah. I guess that's sort of what I'm thinking of with like the really long-term goals of like, someday I'm going to be such and such. I'm going to be on the level of these like top musicians that I aspire to be like. Even if you're number one, someone will eventually surpass you, if not for their own skill, simply because time will deteriorate you. That too, yeah. Yeah, if you don't practice it. Me with Osu, not practicing for a while, and dropping rank, and also just I kind of stopped caring about rank. It's fine to say if it works for you, because someone who it will help may not have thought about it until you said that. Yeah. I hope that my perspective is, giving something useful to people. I also feel like that was kind of scatterbrained and not worded very well. There's definitely a lot more focused discussions of this sort of topic. I'm mostly drawing from like Eastern philosophy and thoughts on like detachment, and I know Dr. K has a lot of really good videos on that subject, so I'll just like give a title on one of them. This one, why it's actually valuable to be detached. I think this is the main one I'm taking from, so if you just search that one up. That is mostly what I'm trying to talk about here. Beatani. Oh, Cypher's live. And Rami with Prolime. I like the Western style sort of logical approach, but I feel like the conclusion ends up being the same, which is interesting to me. Yeah, like, what was it? The Stoic philosophy and stuff like that. You can control some things. You can't control everything. Care about the things you can control. Don't worry about the things that you can't control. Versus Eastern philosophy also kind of saying, like, it do be what it do be. Yeah, there's if you spend too much time on like the intellectual hard facts logic side of things, then you can get kind of blind to things that are there and that matter, like your emotional state, how you're thinking about things, how you're framing the world in your mind, sort of your mindset, right? Emotions are logical. Teehee. Yeah. If you think about it that way, it's sort of like you can understand it on an intellectual level, but that is a different thing from like just directly understanding the thing. What's the word? Intuitive understanding. Or I guess we're talking about emotions, so like understanding emotions. You can know what a thing is logically, but like you might know that I should do X, Y, and Z. I should exercise, fix my diet, meditate, whatever, because I know that these things are good for me. But you only know it on an intellectual level, and it's not like ingrained into you that, oh, these things are actually really good for me, so I should be motivated to do it. So I am motivated to do it because I know how good these things are for me. Like, there's two levels of understanding there. And understanding your own emotions versus other people's emotions. Yeah, if you're dealing with stuff. I've spent a lot of time thinking about my internal emotions, internal state. And I don't know, I've always been pretty introverted. Although I'm like talking to friends more and trying to open up more. And now as a public figure, you know, niche internet, micro celebrity, whatever, I guess I'm opening up more and thinking more about other people as opposed to just focusing on myself, because you do kind of have to like fix yourself before you can think about help yourself before helping other people, right? Like, I wouldn't be giving mental health advice if I wasn't, like, I didn't feel like I was in a good state mentally. Well, that might not be true. Just be happy and destroy all negative emotions, even though people say doing this is actually bad. See, here's the thing. There's such a thing as repressing emotions, right? And let's take anger for an example, because I feel like I repressed my anger for a long time. I had a lot of anger towards mostly my parents for things they did growing up, and them just not being like fully, I don't know, emotionally aware or whatever. But I repressed that for a long time. The thing is, when you repress an emotion like that, it's still there. It's still impacting you. And at some point, you need to bring it back up. You need to process it by taking the time to spend some time with that emotion and feel it, and then let it go properly. So in that way, you can kind of destroy a negative emotion, but you're not destroying it. You're feeling it and you're letting it go, and you're accepting that it's a part of you. It's kind of different. The way forward is often simple, but far from easy. That's, I can totally see that. What's the word? Like, okay, you know all these things, like, oh, I should eat better, I should exercise more, I should meditate, I should start doing things and do whatever. But it's just so difficult. It's so much more difficult than just saying, oh, I should do X and Y. It takes a lot of time and understanding, I guess. It takes a lot of understanding. It's not, you don't get out of that mental state in a day. Itsuwaru osore kyoshoku ure. I don't think I'm familiar with that phrase. I assume it's like an anime quote or something. Death Note ending 1. Yeah, I watched Death Note a long time ago. It's the negative emotions in the song that he gives up. Yeah, that's a cool thing to think about. All right, our armchair psychology. Our armchair therapy session over, I guess. This was a nice stream. 2 hours, 13 minutes. I tend to enjoy Bro Lime's like themed zatsu streams, and I tend to enjoy just like I guess themed zatsu in general. That was really great. I loved it. Thank you for talking about it. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I love talking about it too. I really enjoyed like thinking about this and thinking about where I've come from, how far I've come, and like how I can help other people with my story or my perspective. But again, I sort of learned all these things from other sources. So definitely check out Healthy Gamer GG if this is the sort of thing that you enjoy. And other mental health creators on the internet. Okay, I'm about to wrap up here. I'll just we're not big enough to officially raid anyone, but I'll just link Brolime and Ramy's stream. Proteus? Oh man, this game looks cool. This looks like the sort of game I'd be interested in. Here. All right. There's our unofficial raid. Okay, I'll click. Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Where's that participants list? Hero of Logic? Oh, you're the last one in the participants list. The Ran Man. Thank you, Yub's Chicken. Thank you, Mixin' Horror. Thank you, Squishy. Thank you, Zosimus Tarkus. Thank you, Derek Leto. Randman, Hero, blah, blah, blah. Dr. Lowlime. Thank you, Brolime. Thank you, Auxiliary Character. Thank you, Doob Matthias. Scrolling up to read all of them. Thank you, Rami Ricotta. Thank you, Derek Leto. Thank you, Yozakura. Oh man, does this not have the full chat history? Okay, that's fine. Alright. Brolime, Rami, Zatsu, Kino. Yeah, I love them. Thanks for Cozy Zatsu. Thank you, Ranman. Alright. Otsunio. Otsu. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye-bye. GG.